fucking wild to me. This is so cool. So this is amazing. Look at it. Was the combos 2.8? That's pretty weak. It's okay. I wasn't fully charged. I wasn't fully ready to piss. But now, look at that. Piss data for 7. So all of these represent the piss I just took. So how long is it? It's about 100 and... Oh no, it's about 75 entries. So each of these represents a moment in time for how hard I'm pissing, how much I'm pissing, like the duration of the piss. So we have this like piss ID, piss total's 8. You can see the piss total developing over time. It was 8, now we're going to 156, and we can see where we ended up at 280. So it's a 2 combo and we got to 80, right? So that makes sense. So this is the database viewer, this software right here. The database itself is completely different. It's running on the computer locally, and this is just letting us peek into that database. It's running in the background, but we can peek into the database using pretty much anything. And so what we're gonna do is use Python, because we can get a lot more customization out of it. I think it's because during testing we were dumping like big buckets of water into it. You guys remember that? Like I took like a McDonald's cup and I poured liquid into the piss cup. But when I actually piss, I don't think it's nearly as fast. So what you have to do is probably lower the I don't know, the tick rate. What would you call it? The tick rate for a better resolution. Because it always just being 1 is kind of not epic. So it's just like it's just updating the resolution to like in too small a window of time. So this query is actually a pretty fucked query. It's not like horrible, but it's finding where it actually shows a lot of cool operators. Let's copy and paste it over here. So the query looks like this, so you guys have a better look at it. It's pretty cool. DB.collect. This has nothing to do with this code. I'm just holding it here. So we're doing a find, and this is the query. So it's saying like, I want all values from the database where piss ID is 10 and PPS is greater than 1. So that's what it's giving us back here. It's really cool. You can specify lots of like logical things. You have logical operators like and, you have or, you're like greater than, so arithmetic shit. That's cool. It's nice. And then it'll initiate. And that should have a 5 times sample rate. So it should sample less, but it should sample more accurately with a higher resolution. Because if you sample too much, if you think about it, the way the sensor works, it's kind of like a water wheel with a Hall effect sensor on it, and it's just every time the wheel spins once, you get that's like PPS equals 1. But if you like are sampling too fast, you start losing rotations, because maybe it's like I should probably use like a fucking not control panel, maybe like paint. So here, this is like, give me that. This is like the little water wheel sensor. So this is inside of the tube of that is led to by a funnel that I'm pissing on. Here's my piss. Let's just use that to denote my urine. Michael make piss go here, and then this guy, he spin around fast. Whoosh, whoosh. I don't know how to illustrate spinning. It's spin that way. Boom. Water wheel spin. So for every rotation, PPS is equal to 1. And so over, like what we were doing before, we were doing over 100 milliseconds. So what I'm thinking is 100 milliseconds is far too short for like human peeing. So I think what was happening is we say like, say it rotates once, but then it rotates, and then it gets counted for the PPS, and then it rotates like a half, and then that is not, like, I think we're losing rotations when we sample too fast. So imagine we like rotate once, and then our PPS is 1, cool, and then we rotate like maybe a half time, and then it samples again, and it loses a lot of the movement that's actually going on with the water wheel and the Hall effect sensor, right? So I guess what we can do is just plug this bad boy back up and see if that fucking works. Where x is equal to date on our plot, on our graph, and y is equal to, let's say, PPS, right? And then the kind of graph we're going for a line graph. And our data is piss data. Piss data. I don't know if this will work. I have no idea. Holy shit, we got a piss data graph. Oh my god, it fucking worked. Look at that. Look at that graph. That's piss. Well, no, that's not piss, actually. That was the bucket I just poured. Yeah. So it's a graph, right? It's kind of a graph, though. I'm gonna go piss in it right now. I don't have to pee a lot. Yeah, I don't have to pee a lot, but I'll piss in it right now, and then we'll look at the graph for that. Okay, by all accounts, I'm kind of running out of piss in my body, so it was just like a not too crazy piss, but we can look at the graph of what that piss was. So I think the piss ID for that would be 3. You look for the data there. Yeah, the PPS is very low, so we can do a .describe, and we can view our max PPS as being only 4, whereas I think it was 12 on the other. So let's see what it looks like. Very different from how it looked like first. What is our count on that? Wait, our count was actually longer, which is nice. I'm glad the count was longer than before. So this is the velocity of piss over time. So this is like, at this point, it's like, you know, you're starting out and this is like the main part of the piss. You kind of drop, and then this is like kind of when you're done pissing, right? I assume this little divot here is like, you know, when you're like, oh, I'm done, and then you like shake out, and then you go like, oh, no, you guys all know the little jute of piss that comes out when you're like, you have a little trickle that comes out at the end, and it's like, you didn't think you had it in you, but there it is, piss is in you. So that's very epic. This is a piss graph. How do I change the color to yellow? On Python, it's C#, if I'm being honest. But also, something cool we can do, instead of having our y equal PPS, we can see total. Instead, we could view the total, piss total. So we can follow piss total over time instead. So this is the amount of piss I peed. So it's right. So it goes up very fast and then tapers off a little bit at the end. That's epic. Is that not epic? So this is the line of total piss, as opposed to our line, our piss velocity, right? This is our piss velocity over time, and then I wonder if I can just do this and say piss total. That'll give me nice. Okay, look at that. So here's our PPS graph. Oh, it's palette is yellow. So that's would be palette equals yellow. Is that how you do it? It does not look like it worked. That's fucking wild to me. This is so cool. So this is amazing. Look at it. It's like a piss graph. It's like a graph of my piss over time. And then velocity of piss over time. That's so sick. It's a line. Yeah, it's a line. But some pisses are different than other pisses. It's fucking beautiful. You could also get like, I want to get like a leaderboard, like I wanted to recognize when a high score has been hit. You know, like we save in the database, we can find like the high score and see if we've hit the high score. So if I hit over like a 4.8, it would like have like a visual indication that I beat the high score. That would be sick.